It's fairly easy to use Google Maps to locate many of the religions, particularly the Christian denominations. But if you, for the harder to find places, Google Maps, I've discovered, doesn't necessarily have all the listings. So I wanted to show how to verify what we find with Google Maps by also supplementing it with a search on the church directories themselves. So if you're looking for religions near your address, if you put in your specific street address, I'm just using this one as an example, and all I really need is the street address and the zip code. The city is then automatically assumed, and of course you switch to the maps view and you'll find your street address is pinpointed. And let's say then we want to look for a particular denomination. I found the most effective way is to put the name of the denomination. I'm looking for Brethren right now, Brethren churches or Church of the Brethren. So I'm just going to put the keyword Brethren and the word near. If you don't put the word near, it seems to get confused, and I also find it's more efficient if you put the religion before the address instead of the address and then put the religion afterwards. So if we hit enter, that point we can see where the various Brethren churches are. The Front Royal, Middletown, Mirrortown, there's several up here in the Winchester area, and of course our address was Stevens City. We can zoom in on this and get a better sense perhaps of which one is closer. And it looks like maybe this one A in Winchester seems to be the closest one. This one apparently disappeared, but it's still a little red dot, so you can see it down there. But I want to make sure that there isn't in fact one closer to Stevens City, so I'm going to go over to the church directories that I've linked to, and we'll click on the Brethren one, and we'll actually use the Brethren church directory. And in this case, the zip code, entering the zip code is sufficient, and we want to change it to the location, so a place to put your address. You can put the specific address, but as I said, the zip code is sufficient, and I think a 20-mile radius is fine since we know there's some in Winchester from the Google Maps. Click Find, and we'll see what this church directory says. Now, I trust the church directories better than I trust Google. Google is automated, but the church directories would have a much better idea as to where their churches are. And here again we see the area, 20-mile radius, and if we zoom in, we can see that while Google Maps didn't catch it, apparently there is a Brethren church, Salem Church of the Brethren, in Stevens City. And here, if you scroll down, you'll see the addresses, and it tells you, this is a nice one, it tells you exactly how far away these are. So we can see that what we found on Google Maps, Google didn't catch that one. So we want to use the one that's closest to us, which would be this one in Stevens City.